So my last video, I just spoke about ways to protect your peace. All right, so if you didn't watch that, definitely go watch that. But I felt compelled to share this. So when I moved to LA, I went through it. I drove from Boston to Los Angeles. It was a 45-hour drive, and I did it in 4 days. It was rough, all right? But I was so determined because I actually moved here for modeling because I was modeling back in Boston. So I moved here to pursue that. But to be honest, the reality of California, the prices and everything hit me. Mind you, this was like my first time like moving away from home and outside of home across the country. I ended up like just hustling with Uber Eats and stuff, and then eventually came to a point where I don't know what was going on with my Uber Eats, but I wasn't getting any orders, and I felt like God was like, you need to trust me. So I was like, what do you mean I need, like, I was just, and I was a baby Christian at the time, so like I was still praying and stuff like that, but you know, I still had a little bit of like, you know, the like the worldly aspect of myself. It came to a point where I couldn't even pay my rent. I had like no money. I had to cut ties with like friends and family members. Just like I wasn't communicating with anybody besides my grandparents and like my siblings. And then it came to a point where I had gotten evicted, and then I went homeless. You know, I went homeless, and I was homeless with my dog, and I had to find peace in that. You know what I mean? The first day I was homeless though, like I can tell you right now, I was not happy. I was so angry at God. Mind you, my car was taken away like a month prior. So I didn't even have my car. It's not like I could stay in my car. You know what I mean? So it's like I just had a duffel bag and my dog. And I had to really just find peace in that. It was crazy. But when I was in my wilderness season, the Lord was training me to like hear his voice. He was training me to find peace in my, because I was worried. I was like, Lord, what is going to happen? Like, I'm across the country. I don't talk to my like certain people no more, like that I used to rely on. Like, I just had him. Like, literally, I had to rely on God. And even in the wilderness season, I had peace. So I took what I learned in that and found peace in being homeless, guys. Okay, the first day, I felt so embarrassed, but I was out there for a while, and then I was just like finding joy in that situation. I know it sounds nuts, but yeah, there was a park. That park had restrooms and stuff, and it had like a sink. And I just eventually was like, you know what? I'm done. Yeah, I'm out of here. I literally walked to the park. I was like, I didn't go brush my teeth. I still had like, I did pack up like my body soaps and stuff. So I like was trying to wash myself at a sink, a public sink, and clean my dog's poor little paws. And then like I washed my face and everything. I still did my skincare. I didn't care. Okay, I packed up my skincare. I packed up my makeup. I still did my skincare every day, and I still did my makeup every day. All right, so I wasn't letting me being homeless to not show up. Like I was like, I'm showing up. What the heck? I brought this for a reason. Like I still want to look good. My hair was going through it though. Thank God for hats. But yeah, I still showed up. I still had my makeup and stuff. So I still found joy in that. And the thing is, like, I knew God was with me. He was making himself known. I met people. I ended up being somebody who was also a Christian and also a believer and stuff. And he was my buddy for like 2-3 days. And he actually helped me transfer because I had to meet with somebody who was going to assist me with my situation. So he actually gave me advice on, well, he brought me to the train. It was crazy, guys. He brought me to the train station to do it. It's a whole testimony because it doesn't even start from like that was when I was sleeping outside. There was a point where I was sleeping in a hotel lobby, and I met people that the Lord has sent my way to help me out in that circumstance. So there was a lot. Okay, but I just wanted to let you know that like even when I was homeless out on the streets, I literally didn't let that stop me from showing up. You know, I used what I had. I'm like, okay, I have my makeup, I have my skincare, I still had clothes. I'm gonna go to the park and freshen up and still show up. You know, I was telling people my situation, and they were like, you are like, they couldn't even tell I was homeless. And I still prayed. I still was talking to God. I just believed that. I'm like, you're going to get me out of this, you know, but I had to trust the Lord in that circumstance because let me tell you something. There was a coyote roaming around. I'm like, Lord, I'm like, my dog? Absolutely not. He's looking at my dog like she's a steak. No. So I really had to rely on God in that situation and still smile and still show up. Yeah, I was upset. Like the first 2 days, I was pissed and wondering, God, when am I going to get out of this? I went through a rage of emotions, but I just tried to find joy in my situation. Like I couldn't just sit there angry. Mind you guys, I wasn't drinking, I wasn't smoking, I was sober. I wasn't relying on anything to get me through that situation besides Jesus. It came to a point where everybody I was meeting, I was meeting a different person every single day on my journey. So that was kind of keeping me entertained, and they were making me laugh and stuff. And my dog was always the one to pull people. Okay. Like she was like, what do you call that? The wing woman, I guess. But it wasn't even like that. Like I wasn't like trying to like hit on anybody, but just friends, and well, company, I guess. But yeah, they really did benefit to the journey because it made my day go by fast, and some of them like just kept me company throughout the whole day, so I wasn't by myself. And these people were believers, except for one. He was a believer, but he had a shirt on that had like an astrology thing, but he was actually very kind. I was able to talk to him and minister to him and stuff. So you just never know what God is doing in your life. And even when you're in the worst situations possible, God is still with you. Like he is, when you really fix your eyes on him and think about him and continue to pray to him, like he's going to show up. He's going to send people he might send people your way to help you out, to keep you company, to reassure you that you're not alone and that he sees you and that this time will pass and that there's a reason. Like it produced so much out of me being homeless. Like I grew so much in character. That's what everyone fears, is being homeless, and that's something I definitely feared, and I went through it. And I'm just like, okay, well, I slept outside, pretty much camped outside on a bus stop, so it's kind of like God got me through that. And I'm not taking glory for it. I give all glory to the Lord because he got me through it, and it built me up. It made me feel like David, when he defeated Goliath. That's like that Goliath was going home, like homelessness. You can find peace in Jesus. When I tell you, like, keep your eyes on him, keep praying, and just speak life and be like, Lord, you're going to get me through this. I know you're going to get me through this. Speak that you're growing in character. There's so much more to the story, so much more to the journey. This is an encouragement to you that you're not alone, that God sees you. He's El Roy, the God who sees, and that he's working all things together for good, and that whatever situation that you're in, he's going to get you through it. Don't run away from God. You run to God, not away from him, because he's the one that's going to pull you out of that situation. Let this be a testimony that whatever you're going through, whatever you're facing, you have access to peace, and that is Jesus. So that's all I wanted to share with you guys. I really hope that this video encouraged you. Thank you all for listening, and I will talk to you guys in the next episode.